Hi guys, welcome back to my tutorial series. In this episode I'll show you how I make palettes for my texture packs. So let's get right into it. To make my palettes I use Aseprite and paint.net. I have a compiled version of Aseprite, but it doesn't really matter, we can use the trial version of it. Click on new file, the size of it doesn't really matter that much. I'll just set it to 16x by 16x. So let's say we just downloaded Aseprite. This is the default GUI for it. We can freely close this preview tab, and what you have to do now is to resize this hue selecting tab, where this is the key part for making palettes. Just make it bigger. The bigger it is, the better. And let's start making the palette. So the key part in making palettes is the hue shifting. It's basically when the color is getting brighter, it's changing its hue closer to the yellow hue, and when it's getting darker, it's getting close to the purple hue. I'll show you a quick example with the red color. So I don't start right at the edge on 0 hue. I start more to the orange. So when making palettes, we are going this way, like a corner, a very rounded corner, but still we are going to adjust it in future. So for the red color, this is what you're going to do. Start on the orange color, and this is basically the saturation, and this is the lightness. The very first color, which is going to be the lightest one, you want to start it, just press the dot right at the top and set it like here, not like in the middle between the white and the color itself, more to the color itself, like there. Now we're shifting the hue to the left, to the purple, not like that, but to the left. Now we're going this way, and so on. Just basically copy what I do. There we go. That looks like a nice red palette. What I usually like to do is check it out in paint.net, because paint.net actually shows a better picture of what the colors will actually look like in game. Like, see how dull the colors are. In Aseprite they look completely fine, but not in paint.net. So what we're going to do is select so I've already selected the palette, and click on Control U. That brings up the hue and saturation menu, and select the HSL mode. It should be selected by itself already, and this in here as is a saturation. We can select its number, and using the up and down arrow keys make it more, just like that. It can be any number. So here it's quite a minor change, but I'm sure you can notice it. And now I can also select the palette in paint.net and use curves, just like that. And now, to test this palette out, we can make a quick sword. So there we go. I got all the diamond parts done. Now let's make the stick real quick. So I'm going to copy the entire sword and paste it in Aseprite. For the stick palette, I usually select like closer to the red, orange, which is closer to the red, something like there is pretty good. and I don't suggest you hue shifting the wood. It really doesn't look good. Just don't try it. So here we got the sword. I think we may check it out in game. And by the way, as I've said, this is a trial version of Aseprite. How to save this sword? PNG. As you can see, save operation is not supported in the trial version. What to do? Control A, Control C, paste it in paint.net, save as, desktop, and there we go. Now let's make a Aqua palette, which is like close to the default diamond one in Minecraft. So you want to start close to the green, like there. Here's the highlight. And hue shifting. Here's another technique I use rarely. I usually use this technique on the gold palette from now. Make the last two colors in your palette like that, so it won't stick to the right side, but will go a little bit to the left, just like that. Now that looks quite good. Paste it, crop the selection, zoom in, and it honestly looks pretty alright. I just add a little highlight with curves, like that, and yeah, it looks quite good. Let's make the recolor of the sword. Here I'm gonna show you how I make recolors. Let's open our diamond sword, paste in the palette that we just created, and now select the color picker. After click, set it to switch to previous tool, select the paint bucket tool, set tolerance to 0 and food mode to globe. Now select the color picker and do this. We just recolored the sword, and I must say it looks really good. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to make the palettes for the other materials: gold, iron, stone, and wood. Let's start off with probably the hardest one, the gold palette. And there, it looks quite good. Now, to make the stone palette in paint.net, we can use the diamond palette that we made, make it black and white, and add some contrast. And there we go. This is a stone palette. And to make the iron one, just use curves. And there we have the iron palette, but it doesn't really look too natural. What I usually like to do is select the palette, make a new layer, select this color right here, just basically a dark blue color, fill it in with the to fill the selection in paint.net, use the backspace key and set the layer to overlay and set the opacity to somewhat like, well, it depends on your palette, as of course. I think it looks nice. Now merge the layers, and here we have an iron palette. And the last but not least is the wood palette. And here we have all the palettes. To save the palettes, Control A, Control C, and paste it in paint.net. Expand canvas if needed, and save as. I should call palette. Save. So, and here's our palette. I want to point out that it may be not the most ideal way to make palettes. That is just what I do. I hope this tutorial helped you. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. And that's it for this tutorial. It was fishingrod, and peace out.